What? All right, King Soopers, you guys are going to get in a lot of trouble with this one. You guys probably already falsified information to the police officer.
Mm-hmm. Time to find out exactly what happened.
We're going to not let them get our IDs in this one.
Oh, no,
They want
obstruction.
If they want to, sure. Yeah, if they want to.
Mm-hmm. Looks like you're eating something like me.
Oh, there's another one.
I'm serious, man. This is illegal.
I'm actually going to go out there and take a picture of them right now. Dan's talking to him right now.
What are the chances that Dan's saying right now is a false?
That he told us to leave.
He never told us to leave. He told us not to do disruptive behavior. And when we clarified what it was, he won't clarify.
He walked away
we don't
from
even
us.
know. As far as I'm concerned, freedom of speech applies to King Soopers.
Oh, no, that's the whole point.
No
Anyone
one
can say anything to us.
harassed.
Anybody can say anything to us.
Yep. So, yeah, they think homeless people are stupid. This is sorely regret.
Think about this. He didn't actually tell us to leave, and the cops are going to show up and be like, "Sirs, you need
Are
to
we
leave."
going to let the cops escort us, or are we going to hold our ground? Unless Dan says it right there. Then let it be
No.
discrimination.
You have evidence on me, my tablets. You don't say anything at all.
Okay.
You be a witness of anything.
Sure.
That information needs to stay outside of court, or outside of jail. Yeah. Yeah, we'll do my picture.
That is the most illegalist thing in the world, to retaliate against someone who's on the top. That's what they think they did for lawsuits. I mean, we're on the top of the super.
Sorry, you can speak up.
Sorry, I
didn't
couldn't hear that.
Absolutely.
So, what's going on?
So the reason I could contact you is because the store management here of like King Soopers and Starbucks branch don't want you guys hanging out inside the building or around the property outside.
Why couldn't you just tell it himself to us?
Let's do a couple. No, we're getting ahead of ourselves. Let's do a couple things. Are you an employee of King Soopers?
Stop this.
You're not. Going on. Moving on. Just finish your meal, Dan.
So let me explain to you what's going on.
Look, if you're not an agent and you're not telling us as an employee that you're working for this company, you guys have no legal authority to tell us to leave.
No one from this store owner has told us.
No registered agents, no employees,
We believe it's
no
so
anybody.
simple.
So it may be something that
Do you want to talk or do you want to let me have
Sorry, I'm talking.
um,
You can go.
we'd like to know what they have to say first. What did they tell you?
So here's the store management. We read their leadership and corporate offices to tell you not to come here.
Or is this a notarized document?
You're going to get an official written document. Yes.
When was this? When was this? When was this conversation?
Do you have an idea?
Am I being detained?
Yes.
You're being detained, yes. So this can go a couple
All right,
ways.
it's
Okay.
an official detainment, and if
Yeah.
this is incorrect, this is a false imprisonment.
Yes,
Just for
exactly.
attorneys, and we know this
That's
issue.
fine, okay, that's fine.
Yeah,
Here's the
it's
thing.
illegal.
Hey, listen.
Okay.
We can do this one of two ways. I can take some information out of you by me, or if you want to fight that some other time, you're welcome to do so.
Okay.
Or processing this, and we can push it forward, and you can end up going to jail. That's something
Okay.
stupid.
Okay.
That's
Well,
the way
let
we
me ask
wanna
you a
go.
couple-
That's the way we'll go.
Yep, let me ask a couple clarifying questions then. Are we being under investigation for
Yes,
anything?
for
Yes.
trespassing.
You are being detained
Okay.
for trespassing.
No. Keep in mind, the detained for investigation of refusing to leave.
Yes.
So we were told that we refused to leave.
That's the
We
key
were
part.
told
We were
that
never
we
told
needed
by
to
the
leave
property
and that
owner
we
or
refused to
agent.
leave.
But it's
You don't have to. They can
That's
ask
why
us.
we need
That's the
to
case.
inform you right now that we had foreseen this and it had
So
to
here's the
report
thing.
any falsified information and we have audio right now to inform you that we were never told that. Sorry, we were never informed with a formal warning by any business owner
In the
that
meantime,
we needed to
because
leave,
of that,
period. So since that's the case, I'm just saying, do you guys have a probable cause for a trespassing charge? You're not detaining us for a trespassing ticket, are you?
That's fine.
I'm just clarifying, if it's not for reasonable suspicion, and if it's not for probable cause, why are you detaining us? Is it to issue us a formal warning, private property
I am
exclusionary
not
order only?
consenting. I am not consenting to this. I'm not consenting to giving my deed.
Okay,
therefore
and the
it's a
formal
false
warning
imprisonment
would be
if
based upon investigations, which is him telling you that we refuse to leave, right? What I'm telling you right now is exculpatory evidence. I was never told to leave. And if you don't believe me, then you will be going off of one side illegally. I'm telling you purely exculpatory information. I have on audio right now. I'm going to give you that I was not told to leave. So since I was not told to leave, and I was giving you this opportunity to look at my evidence, if you detain me and seize me and get my ID, it's a false imprisonment because you aren't doing a minimal level of investigation. That officer, that person, named Dan, falsified information to your authorities. He falsified information to you.
We just interacted.
Oh, we dealt with him before. We talked to the managers. Duh. He told us that the lobby doesn't close.
Why are you still
Civil discrimination and segregation charge. We caught him closing down this lobby to homeless people, and common law that's against the law. It was so.
Yeah, so it's a civil dispute. And look, don't even answer questions. Why are they wasting
I'll be
time?
honest.
I'm not asking about peaceful. I'm asking about what your verbal conversation is. Does it tell you you weren't welcome to be in the building?
Nope. Like I said, no agent, no management. It's so easy. Whenever someone says it in a law, boom, I'm bought, done. Never told us. We're attorneys on this issue. It's so simple. Why
So
didn't
it's
you
my
tell us?
understanding you have been informed that's why you're told.
That's
Yes,
why
and
we're
now
suing
you're going off of
Soopers.
hearsay. So if you want to believe him over us, like I told you, I have audio. If you're not willing to go over it, the audio negates what he just told you.
It's exculpatory evidence, sir.
It's called exculpatory evidence.
I understand.
And so if you don't want it, tell me you don't want that audio.
Here's how
If you're not willing to go, if you're not willing to go over that audio before you detain
I
me,
am not doing it.
then I.
You want to step outside, we can talk about this, but we're not doing this in front of the moment, you're causing a disturbance. And that's a totally different thing. that I
I'm
can tell
talking
you
about
necessary.
stuff right now. I'm asking you questions right now.
You want to
You
show
want to go
that?
outside, we can go outside and I'll look at your information out in the public space. If I find there's probable cause, I'll have another discussion with them. If not, we'll go the route that I already discussed with you. If I keep doing it here, we're going to go the route of you causing a disturbance in public. And I will straight answer rest of the
I apologize if you got some sort of misunderstanding that we're trying to cause a disturbance. Officers seem to use that as a way to insinuate that we're not being cooperative. I have been nothing but cooperative. I've been asking questions, and I've been very concerned that I'm about to be illegally detained and have to provide information unlawfully. So this is why I'm having concerns. And so you say you want to detain me. I say I have information. You say you're willing to get it.
I will look at that in another location. Not here.
Can I email it to you right now?
That would be.
We'll go outside and we'll do it, and I will give you my
That would
email
require
address
me
so
to
you can
leave this area, and I don't know if I have if I'm required to leave this area.
It seems as though you're disinterested in further disposition against the case.
Like I said, I know. Like I said, I have it in my phone. Can I email it to you right now?
I will provide you with information to email it outside.
So I can't
They just want us to have a conversation.
exonerate myself with exculpatory information right now in the middle of an investigation. You won't accept that
I'm
information.
telling you, you're going to relocate this investigation outside. You have to change your decision. Move outside. You can decline to move outside, and then
Well, I'm already being detained, so.
so do you want to walk out in your own power, or do you want us to pick you up?
I'll go. I mean, you guys say you're detaining me already off of reasonable suspicion of probable cause.
Yes. Let's go.
And so,
Is this
yes.
your bag? Do you have any weapons or anything
No.
else inside there you need to
No.
As long as you
Never got your ID. Why is mine there?
Yeah.
We're getting there.
Okay, so So, like I said,
Yeah, I'm listening.
the reasonable suspicion is based upon a statement that somebody made that we were told to leave and that we refused to leave. And then you would be willing to investigate that and charge him with falsifying information to authorities if there was proof that that was false.
If there is,
Yes, that's what I'm
here's
saying.
the
there
bottom
is.
line. They've asked us to ask you to leave. Okay.
So
We're
they never
acting as
asked
their
us to
agent.
leave themselves, and so
fine.
that's why they
That's
asked
fine,
you
but
to
we're
ask us.
asking you now. So let's
Okay,
go.
and so
then
that's
once
what I'm
we're out
saying
there-
is you're detaining me to
Yeah.
issue me a asking me to leave notice,
Yes. If that's how
and
you
that
want
has
to put
nothing
it,
to do with reasonable suspicion or probable cause.
it has everything to do with it. Because right now you've been asked to leave, and you're still standing
That's the
here.
thing. I have
You're
not
still
been asked to
standing
leave by an employee.
You've been asked to leave by us through them. Okay.
They can't give you an
Yes, they
authority
can.
when
Yes,
you're
they
on
can.
the clock.
It doesn't matter.
No, you are on the clock. You are
Doesn't
on
matter. Yes,
company.
I am.
Are you on company
Okay.
time right now?
Are you refusing to leave?
No.
Then let's go.
No.
Okay.
No.
That's all
You're
I'm
not an
telling you.
agent of the company.
That's fine.
Do
We'll
you have
document that.
do you guys have a documentation? Do you have a notarized letter? Do you have something of a relationship with them? Right now, I need to see this information right now. Because what you guys are doing is lying to us, and you're telling us that you're their agents
Here's
and
the
that you
thing.
have information. You said you had information.
They have reason to feel that you are unsafe for them to approach you and ask to leave. So they've asked us to ask you to leave.
So they told you
we've
that they
done
never
that.
told us to leave?
No, they just.
You just said that they
No, I
told
said
you to
they
tell
can
us.
do that. Is what I'm telling
They
you.
can,
Yeah.
but did they this time?
I don't know. I was here.
So
after
you
these
okay?
guys.
So we haven't
So
established
here's
that
the
I've been
bottom
told
line.
to leave yet by
yeah,
them.
you have.
By
been
them.
told by us. Okay,
But you're
that's
not
what
an
we're arguing
employee.
now. Doesn't matter. I'm
Yes,
not gonna
you.
argue
Oh no, seriously, that matters. You are not an employee of the company.
We've been asked by them. to
You
ask you to
can,
leave.
oh my gosh. Okay, let's put it this way.
So you're out of here.
If you
so-
are asked by them to go ahead and inform us yourself that we need to go ahead and leave,
Right.
and they never told us that,
Okay.
why are you detaining us right now?
Because you would have refused to leave initially.
No.
I asked you to leave.
Nope, never refuse. I ask questions of who's your authority, what's your authority. I would never refuse to leave, man.
You were still sitting
So
there.
again,
You were still sitting there.
I was asking questions.
Doesn't matter. You can ask those questions as you're leaving, and we'll be happy to answer those.
And
for
so
you.
now I'm refusing to leave
no,
up
you're not.
there.
You're out of there.
Have I ever refused to leave anywhere?
No, but you didn't leave.
Have I ever refused to leave?
Yes, because you've continued sitting there
After
while-
being told to leave
after you've been told by
by
us.
an employer.
By us. I don't know if you were asked to leave before that. That's something you'll have to ask these guys. I showed
That's
up
what I'm
afterwards.
saying. Is why are
they've
you
asked you-
detaining us off of an investigation, which you
Because
just
you
said
were-
was reasonable?
because you refused
I
to
asked
leave
if
just
I was
now.
being detained before any of that conversation
No,
happened.
no, you were asked to
It was
leave
the first
first,
thing. Nope.
and
you
then
guys said how's it
continued
going?
to sit,
You
so
guys
then
said
at
how's
that
it going,
point-
and I asked
At that
if I
point,
was
we were
being
investigating.
detained.
It was reasonable suspicion to
Can
detain
I?
you.
Okay, am I still being detained?
Yes.
May I be written a formal warning, trespassing
Absolutely.
warning?
I need to see some ID to go off of. or
William
get your
Montgomery
information.
7785.
What's that?
William Montgomery 7785.
Do you have identification to
No.
prove that that's who you are? Okay, that's fine.
July 7,
That's okay.
1985. Red hair, blue eyes, whatever.
That's fine.
So, your
Your first name
your
again?
William Montgomery
William, and give me that date of birth.
7785. And so this isn't a citation for trespassing,
35.
right?
Clear enough.
This is not a citation
Hang on, I'll be right with
to challenge it in
Hang on
court.
a minute.
Actually, the damage with the right to tell.
So the problem here is that you aren't allowed to take somebody else's side and then not ask us what our side is, and then just go starting detaining people.
So we've been trying to talk to you, and all you do is keep talking.
I ask
and-
questions which you won't give me the answers to.
So that was a perfect example. I'm trying to speak, and you just speak over me. We're about to give it a chance to speak to you. Okay? Because
Yes.
you keep talking over us.
But do you realize that if you're detaining me for investigation of a crime, you have to have reasonable, articulate suspicion
Absolutely.
and hearsay from an employee who simply tells you that I told him to leave and he refused to leave. You now have probable cause to go ahead and cite me for trespassing, right?
So that's your opinion that it's hearsay.
Then why don't you issue me a citation for trespassing?
We're gonna get there, man. We'll get there.
But the citation for trespassing is not a citation that I refuse to leave and I need to fight an actual ticket in court. It's only a formal warning, right?
But what I'm
Well,
gonna
it
ask
just
you to
depends.
do, okay? This officer's running the show right now. He's in charge, okay? He's got all the answers. He knows how this is gonna play out, okay? If you have any questions, I'm gonna ask you to direct them to him.
I would appreciate an opportunity to fight this in court.
Oh,
I was never
absolutely.
given a formal warning by a business owner.
Okay.
You guys aren't registered agents of the company. There's nothing on file that I know of whatsoever. You say that he told you. That's nothing on file officially. in the statutes, and since I'm being escorted out against my will, without a formal warning, you guys don't have probable cause for trespassing, but you think you do, so just give me my ticket so I can fight it in court. I would appreciate not a warning, not a don't come back per management ticket. I want a evidently I refuse to leave ticket. I would like that because that's what you guys are alleging. That's what the business owner is alleging. And so if you're going to go off of that, I need my ticket because no one ever told me to leave, and I feel like my rights are being infringed right now.
Okay, that's not necessarily how it works.
You do realize that? Okay.
That's the false fine information to this officer.
That's fine.
Yeah.
Find that to be legitimate, then
Yeah.
that's great. We can deal with that.
He could be
But I'm
committing a
explaining-
felony by
That's
lying
great.
to you.
I get how false
Yeah, yeah.
So I deal with that. I totally understand.
Okay.
So I'm trying to be straight and tell you guys how it's going to go. If you want to fight that later, I mean, I'm cool with that. Do what you got to
No,
do,
what-
okay? But what we're going to do is we're going to resolve the situation today, right now, so that there's not a continued misunderstanding today. If you don't
Oh,
like
we're
it,
not in
if you don't like how it ends, you have avenues that you can exploit to take care of that, okay? But I'm telling you right now how it's going to end.
Oh,
It's going to end with
I'm
me
not
giving you guys a written
disagreeing
warning,
with
okay? I mean, whatever you
Not
want to do
as
after that.
so-
we need a
just-
ticket. We
just-
need an actual
just a second.
citation. Not warnings. Not warnings this time. They get out of it with
Have you been
warnings.
given a warning before, a written warning?
They
I
have. They got CSU, Safeway, all these. They've all been banned from all.
Yeah.
and that's actually our case. That's actually our case right there.
That's why it's very.
That's literally our
don't use
argument
it
right
as
there.
record 'cause it
We
can
were
be
literally
fraud.
told illegally to leave CSU without a formal warning. That's the same thing
Yeah,
as here.
we're-
That's
to
why
your
you see that on the
statute of
paperwork.
limitations,
It's because
we're
that's
still
the
within
process
time
that we're
frame,
going through
but
right now to reverse
I
all
actually
those.
won that case. The cop didn't show up
So-
to court, so you can't
Look,
say ban from
They're still there.
Safeway.
They're still in place.
Yeah.
Look, all we're asking for is a trespassing
Instead of a warning,
citation.
we'll take a
Do they show
Here,
non-custodial
already?
ticket.
What's that?
Do
It
they
will-
show having warnings already here?
Not here.
Not from
No,
here.
not
Oh,
here.
okay, all right. So
Yeah,
not
no,
from here.
let me ask you a couple of clarifying questions. Did Dan tell you that he told us to leave?
Yes.
And did Dan tell you that we refused to leave?
Yes.
And I'm telling you right now that I have information that contradict that.
Okay.
Would you like that now?
I'm happy to look at your information. Yes, I will look at your information.
Okay.
I'm not making any guarantees of how that will affect the overall investigation, but I will absolutely look at what you're
And
doing.
William,
I will
Okay.
do that.
Okay,
No-
let's
no
listen to
problem.
it together.
That's fine. We can do that
Right
together.
now.
I'm cool with that. All right. And I didn't catch your first name. I'm sorry, sir.
William
William.
Montgomery. Are you still recording?
Guarantee you that
Thank you.
that is when they.
I apologize. I have to get something.
I just hadn't had a chance. Again, no weapons or anything in there.
Nope,
right?
nope. Just phones.
But rich six-figure people can also break the law.
Absolutely.
And not know the law. And so other businesses are very versed on this. We were shocked that he just didn't simply say, hey man, just leave.
Yeah.
And it's so easy, we would have just left. Either just leave and don't come back and harass customers, or just leave entirely, whatever it was. We would just leave because we know the law perspective.
The trouble, you actually have to say, yes, you're on YouTube. You're on YouTube. That's for completing an investigation on you. By the way, you can't just go straight. You could have said it when no one said there's not a single person. Trouble person. Just good luck. That's Congress to leave. So they didn't tell us to leave. All we had to do was ask you when you said was we're not allowed here. And so here we are for something. So in the middle of this, just that is shows up that you just know.
what do you know? You
just went immediately closed. Why didn't you say? Hey, that's all my questions now. He went immediately closed the clerk. Why didn't you say acknowledge or receive that? Fine. Okay. That's all. Hey Dan, how's it going? Good. What about you, man? I'm doing okay. We're doing fine. Okay. Done.
You don't have video with it?
Just literally asking you guys that when I came up.
So, sorry, the backlog. We had simply gone into the Starbucks lobby, spoke to
Is
the
this recorded
employee.
today?
Yeah, the entire thing.
Okay.
That's the whole
Do
thing.
you have a timestamp on that just so I can see?
Yeah,
that part of
I
it?
have the whole thing on YouTube already
Yeah, it's
because of
already all
this.
uploaded
So, this is going up to, here's what it is. I went and I talked to a lobby member. I said, hey man, you're one of the people that this complains about. Just to let you know, it's all up on YouTube. That, you know, so you can get both sides of the story. Because Dan's lying to you and the other managers are lying to us and so forth and so on. Some people will say that the lobby doesn't close at all. Some people will say that it's closed for homelessness. Other people will say, we don't know why it's closed. So that was our investigation. So that we're just simply informing the employees, because we had a conversation with him earlier, that he told us that he didn't know why it was closed and so forth. We're letting him know we have it on YouTube. Simple as that. There is some sort of policy that they have in place now from our previous interactions, which have been wholly non-existent, just asking questions, getting on tape, but they don't know that anytime they see us, they, in this case, just simply called the clerk. But he didn't even end the conversation with me. He didn't say, don't say anything anymore. He literally looked down, called. And so that's when I was like, hey, man.
Look down, called, I'm sorry.
Look down, called the head clerk over. And so the head clerk comes over, and then right after the head clerk comes over is Dan the manager. He comes over. And so little had happened that all I do is explain it right here.
Acknowledge or respond. He literally talked to Dan. Son, all I did was say, hey man, that's all I'm going to do. He went and immediately called the clerk. Head clerk before we can even finish the conversation. It was sort of a way to end the conversation with us. And then she shows up to make sure you're here. So in all of this, that is, he didn't say for answer, he didn't say for that. He's literally just picked up the phone. So in the middle of this, just to let you know the insight, is that we just overheard him say to her something along the lines of that we're not allowed here before. Well, and so here we are right now. So if you guys are going to like cause trouble like you're causing, I would prefer not to. But when you said this, you found out that there's.
And that's when he walked around, turned around. All I asked was, so what do you mean by cause trouble? So we know what we're doing wrong. Because we have freedom of speech rights. It was a very short conversation. There was nothing wrong there. And so people want to insinuate. They want to build up a case. They want to say whatever they want. So when he said cause trouble, if you rewind that. So. If you guys are going to come in and cause problems, we're going to trespass you. But we prefer not to. And then right there, when I say cause trouble, immediately walked away. There's no audio in there of him telling us to leave. So they're walking away as we speak. We've been told to leave before. We know when people have private property rights, so forth. So why on earth did you just say that he, or not why on earth, but clearly he told you guys a lie? That's actually a statute. Can I look that up for you guys? Are you willing to charge him now?
I don't need you to look it up for me. Here's the deal.
That's falsifying information to authorities. He never told us to leave, and because of that, you guys falsely detained us, and you're still falsely detaining us right now.
Do you want me to answer, or do you want to keep talking over me, bro?
Am I still being detained?
Yes, you are.
Oh boy. Okay. Go on.
Here's the information I have. Okay? I'm not saying you have some good information. So please hold on to that. That's fantastic. I was told directly that you were asked to leave. Okay? So,
He lied to you. Is that a lie, or is that a truthful statement?
listen, are you listening to me? I am still going to issue you a written warning.
I'd like a ticket. I'd like an actual citation.
I'm not able to write you a ticket until you've been given an official warning, so I'm going to have to give you an official warning.
So you're detaining me only to give me an official warning?
You're being detained based upon the investigation, and the investigation results lead me to believe that I can't just immediately ticket you. I have to give you the written warning, so that's what I'm going to do.
Okay, so you're not going to be detaining me with reasonable suspicion anymore.
You're
going to be detaining me for the purposes of writing a ticket.
I'm giving you a written warning in lieu of an immediate ticket and someone's violation.
And I can't get. See, that's what I'm saying. An immediately ticket for the violation, a violation of trespassing, right?
Correct.
Which would be refusing to leave, right? How could you be giving me a warning for refusing to leave when I just told you I have proof that no one ever told me to leave, and I never refused? So why would you be giving me a warning?
Have you recorded everything you've done 24 hours a day, 7 days a week? Because it may not have been at this very occasion that you have recorded that he told you to leave. I don't know that. I'm going upon the information he gave me and the information that you gave me.
I literally just gave you the information that negates him right there. That's exculpatory evidence.
Okay,
What I'm saying is, if you want to give me a warning, you're detaining me for an investigation that has no elements anymore. One of the, like you said, one of the elements of refusing of trespassing is refusing to leave, right? So now, where's your evidence that we refuse to leave? You just said it's something about some previous encounter that you don't have information to, you don't have access to.
You're upset about being detained, yet you're causing this to drag on.
No, I'm concerned that I'm being falsely imprisoned right now.
You know what? You can complain, and I'll give you my business card so you can call professional standards.
No, you literally just explained it right there. You don't have the information that we were...
I was told you were told to leave, and
I
did not.
just have the audio of that event.
Therefore, you are going to both get a warning, okay? That's the way it's going to be. That's how this is going to end. No matter what you say and what you tell me.
You
That
could
is how
argue them
this
all
is
you
going
want.
to end.
If
Okay.
you can't get
If
through
you
to
wish
them,
to
just take
continue
the
to fight
ticket,
that
we'll
through
take it
other
to court.
avenues, legal avenues, I encourage you to do so.
Okay.
I want you to express your legal rights
no,
to
no,
the
no.
best of your ability to do so.
It's a couple
but
things.
This is how it's going to end today.
It's a couple things.
Nothing you say to me right now is going to change the way that I'm telling you this is going to end today.
There,
Okay?
got your answer.
All it's going to do is get worse.
No,
I would encourage you to allow it to end at the least possible mode of enforcement possible, which is what I'm trying to do for you. Like, continuing to just go on with this is going to make it
it's
worse
not going
for
on.
both of us.
I'm still in the first stage of understanding what's going on in the first place.
Okay.
So the only questions that I know to ask so far is, am I being detained?
Like 3 sentences.
Am I being detained?
Yes.
Am I being detained for reasonable suspicion?
You are being detained based upon the information I was given. Yes.
Reasonable suspicion.
Yes.
And this reasonable suspicion is going to graduate into a warning?
Into a written warning.
Into a written warning. Okay. And so when you're writing me that actual warning, you will be otherwise doing something that is not the investigation anymore, right?
It is part of the investigation. I'm going to provide you with the written warning.
But the investigation is over because you're starting the warning process.
The investigation is not over until we are done detaining you, and you will not be done being detained until you can issue the written
It's
warning.
pseudo over.
Okay.
Okay, let's put it this way. You issuing a private property formal warning exclusionary order process on behalf of some private company, and you don't have any actual legal ties to that whatsoever, and you're not issuing me a trespassing actual probable cause ticket, and you're not still holding me to detain me for an otherwise investigation of confirming or dispelling some original suspicion of trespassing, then you're detaining me for purely a private property company, and that's really, 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 really
That's kind of what I
illegal.
was trying to explain to you.
And I can
Really,
pull it up.
for private
Here, let me just pull it up for you because I had to deal with this the other day.
William,
So let me just
hold on,
finish up
hold
with
on.
my one statement.
Okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Court listen.
No, I understand. And David, like I explained to you, I mean, it is what it is, and
No,
these are the instructions I have, and what I have to do is part of my job. Whether you like it, dislike it, agree with it, disagree it, I
We
want
just
you
thought
to,
that
I
we
want you
could
to go.
convince a cop otherwise to not falsely
You know what,
imprison us.
man?
Okay, so
I gotta
anybody.
do what I got to do with the information I have. Okay.
That's the whole false
So
imprisonment.
Yeah, so like I said,
Again,
we already gave you information that's conflicting that, and you won't accept it.
Stop for a second, because I'm talking to Dave, and I'm happy. I'm letting you pull up your information so I can hear it for you. Okay, I'm giving you that respect. So please allow me to talk without being interrupted. Okay, and I will listen to everything you have. Okay. I understand you disagree with it. I have my orders of how I'm supposed to do things. Okay. I'm happy for you to change that through legal processes, and then that can get changed through policies and what our marching orders are. But I'm doing what I have to do by the information that I have and what I'm supposed to do. Okay.
Oh, we're never disagreeing of
No,
the orders.
I'm just trying to explain to you. I understand that you don't feel that it's legally correct or accurate.
Yeah.
I'm just telling you what's going to happen, and I encourage you to explore your legal rights as they're afforded to you to do so. I have no problem
I
with
guess
that
the
at all.
concern is cops are confused over two things. If
Well, cops
something
can be confused over a lot of different things more than just two things.
Sure,
But
sure.
We're talking about your specific issue.
paradigm theory,
Okay.
either something that your boss writes you up where it was a policy violation where you screwed up, versus you guys just straight committing a statutable offense. We don't want you to go to jail, but that's where we're going with all these cops. Is we will be pressing false imprisonment charges because Fourth Amendment seizure protections come into right where you get my ID, you physically have to hold me, and if I run away, you can shoot, tase, and kill me, and then therefore that's used in your insurance company to protect you. I mean, you have probable cause and reasonable suspicion so long as you do it within that scope. But we're saying this is not within your scope.
And I do understand what you're saying.
No, I don't
I'm just
think
explaining to you how it's going to go forward today.
Oh,
Okay? I get it.
we can't convince people otherwise with the information they have in their brain. We try to, and if you can't understand what we're talking about, then you're right, we'll go to a court. But man, we don't want you to lose your job.
And I appreciate that. I really do.
So
And I've tried to be very respectful and listen to what you guys have had to say. And I have cut you off at times and asked you to stop talking. And I just needed to be able to finish what I was saying. You were looking something up. Do you have that ready? Would you like me to listen to it?
The Wi-Fi's not up. Let me ask just a couple clarifying questions.
Okay.
Um,
Are you ready, those or good?
I'm just getting as much while you're still talking.
Okay.
when
I'll send
you came up to us,
Yes.
did you ask us what our side of the story was?
Well, you know what? Immediately, I didn't get to do that because you kind of derailed me a little bit with barrages of questions. So I'm happy to hear, and I also told you inside that I was happy to hear your information and listen to what you had, and I did that. Did
Yes,
I not?
and now I'm telling you, okay, so since I showed you the actual audio of the event that allegedly he's what said to you, what is your input on this audio? Meaning,
So,
do you still believe wholeheartedly that what he said to you is true and that you don't need to believe this? Or are you saying for me to say this for court? Because what I'm letting you know before thank you. It's extremely old in the case law that if a cop doesn't do an absolute minimum level of investigation and he arrests the wrong person, possibly doesn't take down witness statements. Let's say there's assault, reported assault, and it was self-defense for one person and assault for the other. And the cop shows up and gets 5 minutes of the assaulter story, but like 30 seconds of the, self-defense story, and then they negate a witness. That's actual case law. That actual example right there is case law, where they didn't have probable cause because they didn't do a minimal level of investigation, and they didn't exonerate the person. They didn't accept exculpatory evidence. And so what I'm telling you right now is I have given you exculpatory evidence, and then if you choose to negate it, that's your right. But in a court of law, you're not going to have any arguable probable cause because you don't have any reason why you shouldn't otherwise accept this. So you've told me nothing as to why this isn't trumps that. And so since you say that still trumps this, can you do me a favor and go ask him if the date and time in which he told us? Because you said, remember, you were saying, we don't know if it's you were trying to put the burden of proof on me to show you some previous times as to why I was recorded. Like you said, 24 hours, am I recording? Do me a favor and go over there and ask him what the date and time.
To the way you just interpreted that.
Sure.
But okay.
But if you were to go over there and ask him what date and time specifically he told us to leave, when and where, he's going to say something like, in the lobby right here, about 30 minutes ago. And here's the audio. I already played it to you. So you can actually arrest him for false imprisonment right now if you wanted to finish your investigation. But if you don't, that's what I'm saying is you're losing your probable cause as we speak, since you aren't finishing your investigation. You're literally arresting the wrong guy. He called the cops. It's like he was the one who assaulted the other person and thought he could get away with it by calling the cops. Cops show up, arrest the other person, and of course, since there was both punches on both sides, you can take your investigation, you can go with it. What I'm saying is I've provided you purely exculpatory information. You listen to it, and if you don't want to go ask him to confirm it, and you decide to write us a warning anyways, you're probably going to lose your job over that.
Okay. So let me throw this out a little bit differently to remove us from this incident. Okay? So let's hypothetically say that I recorded a conversation with somebody. I had numerous conversations with them, but I recorded one of them. And in that conversation, something was or wasn't said that was being alleged. But I have one recording of one conversation versus, a potential infinite number of other conversations that have been had.
When did he tell you that I was told to leave?
So if I play information for you and I say, we can even personalize it more than that. Let's say I had a recording of you, and in that recording, you say you did something or didn't do something, okay? And then I play that recording for you.
Are you smiling at me? I'm reporting that to your boss.
So let's say that then I say you said something and there's a recording of it, but it's not necessarily on that part of the recording, but then I still say that you had said those things outside of the scope of that recording. Not that your recording doesn't have validity and merit, but it isn't all encompassing.
Actually,
So
if you go over there to right now and you listen to this audio with him and us right now, here, all of us together, he's going to have to admit that that was the moment that he told us to leave. If you're telling me that you can't finish that investigation right now, why can't you go and finish that? Why can't you take this audio over to him and say, is this when you told him to leave?
Right, well, let me
Are you going to do that or not?
Let me ask you a further question, because you have objected to the length of time you're being detained to do all this. If you are willing to wait a little bit longer, I'll have him come out and we'll clarify this right now, and he can tell you to leave right in front of us if you want, and we'll figure it out.
Oh, that's a whole different story when someone tells us personally. We have a problem when not employees tell us. And so, yeah, we don't have any problem with leaving. What we have a problem with is when somebody falsifies information to authorities, and then we get detained off of false information, and now we're being issued warnings off of false information. We already tried to negate that false information, and now we're still being issued warnings after I told you purely exculpatory evidence.
Number one,
so
keep your information, okay? What I said is I can't weight that more heavily than anything else because it's not all-encompassing of every interaction.
You're using an excuse that you can't go and take this information to hand it to him right now and have all three of us go through it right now. Let's go through it right now. I'm done with his false investigations that you think are over.
Yes, that's regardless. Right. But what we're saying is that audio negates that warning right there.
Yeah, you guys won't accept it.
What I'm saying is,
No. When you say may or may not, that's you refusing to go ask him right now if it was. I can give you the audio, and you can go take it to him right now, and you can say to him, "Is this the
What I
audio?"
offered to do is ask him to come out here, and he can
You're
tell
going
you
off
straight
of.
in his mouth.
You're literally going off of information that you won't investigate.
That's
You
what we
literally
want. We'll
won't
do that.
investigate
We're
the
still gonna
opposite of
issue
it.
these.
You won't exonerate
Let's
us.
get these issued first.
We
and
already
then I'll
said
have
we
him
would.
come
We
out,
said
and
we'd
if
bring
you
him
want
out.
him to
Oh,
say
technically
anything-
with
Never did I
that,
say
you
that
say you're the
it doesn't
agent.
negate it. All I'm telling you is,
I mean,
I don't
I'm
know if
offering
that's
that
when
as
he
an
told you
option
to
to
leave or
try to
not.
make sure that
So,
this is
yeah, we could ask him to come
Sure.
out here and we
Forward
can
and
clear
clear
that
as
up.
And exactly what I'm
So
saying.
does that
What
sound
I'm
like a
saying.
refusal to you?
This argument
What
around
I'm
is not
saying,
being
when
any-
you guys
doesn't.
say may or may not,
doesn't.
it sounds to me like your investigation isn't even over,
actually
and that
just
you
straight
would
with
want
it.
to have gotten that information before you wrote that ticket anyways.
fine.
So why are you writing the
So-
ticket
So
first?
yes
It's
or
a
no,
warning
would you like
notice.
me to try to get the
It's
manager to
a
come out to
ticket.
officially
I'm
tell you
arrested
in front of
for
us?
writing
I
a
would like
ticket.
to know when
It
Jay
says in
warned
lieu
us so
of
that
a
we can get him out.
citation, as in you guys already alleged that I'm refusing to leave.
I'm sorry, I didn't.
You do realize that that says in lieu of a citation. Did I refuse to leave?
You refused when we asked you to leave. At the request of them. Plus, they told us to
In
do
that ticket,
to you.
who are
not a
okay?
ticket.
Okay, in the morning then. In the morning, can you please write down who had told us to leave so that we don't have to go off of your statements? We can go off of theirs. Who is the one that told us to leave, and when did they tell us to leave? Write that down. Write that, and then your police reports. Police don't do this, so I'm asking you to write down who told me to leave, when they told me to leave, and if and when I had refused.
Okay. I'll do that right here.
Since it's unusual, we just want it. Meaning we've seen everywhere in case law that cops can't give warnings. It's only trespassing charges after someone has properly informed them. So if you guys really want a case law warning, go right ahead.
Hey, I found this actually. This is way easier. This is a weekly wrap-up of the Monroe County Sheriff's Office. Legal update.
Where's the Monroe County Sheriff's Office?
Somewhere, I don't know.
They carry the same case law we've seen in every jurisdiction.
Every-
That's true, but different jurisdictional
This is the same
court,
Fourth
circuit court
Amendment.
areas have different case law.
Which
Some of
is-
them apply, and some of them are superseded by individual ones. So
Oh yeah, we're well aware of that. But would you say
I
something
figured you
is
were, but that's why I'm
profound
asking.
as-
That's why I'm asking where it was.
I don't know exactly, but would you say that like hearsay is just so refined that that's everywhere in every 50 states? It's an inarguable argument, hearsay. It's like so older than Harvard law itself.
I just need to look at it.
So,
His name isn't on the-
I'm sorry, we're gonna get. Yeah. 1712.
But yeah, what we're saying with this one, private property owning warnings is so old, it's just uncase law. We're surprised that you guys lost the case law on that. And no, I'm serious. We call it a fourth court. Friends, uncle, friend, all that. And all of you guys literally just didn't go look at the book. And we get this saying all the time from a couple cops too that say, big, thick book, you can't read it, you don't have all the time of day. You're paid however many thousands of dollars a year to do that research, even off the job, online, tidbits.
So you guys are telling us that we refused to leave, right?
Mr. William, that is for you, sir.
Manager asked them to leave. So we never refused to leave,
We can
right?
leave whenever.
No, is that
Yeah.
that's your investigation, right? Please indulge me. We never refused to leave.
Okay.
Definitely.
So,
Because it's so simple.
It says
It's
asked to
simple.
leave. It says asked
you're
to
no
leave.
longer being detained. You were asked
Okay.
to leave, and you did not leave. You refused to leave.
I just gave you evidence that I wasn't.
If you wish to further it and fight it, do anything else,
Why aren't you accepting my evidence?
I did listen to it, and I did hear what it said.
And
I'm
so you're
also
still
going-
saying that I refused to leave
Yes.
based upon that audio?
Yes. The fact that you were inside the store when we approached you clearly says that you didn't leave.
The words did
No.
not come out of
He
Dan's
literally
mouth.
said
You
he
need to
told
leave.
us if you're going to cause problems, we're going to have to ask you to leave. And then he turned around and left. He never said that we were causing problems, and he never asked us to leave. That audio proves it right there. He walked away. So you telling me that I refused to leave is illegal.
Okay.
That's you're literally racketeering right now.
Have a good rest of your day.
So I have a final thing. I have the final thing. It's right here. It's right here. It says this.
the property.
It literally says this.
I'm listening.
Thank you. I promise. It's a weekly wrap-up little trespass warning. Here's the facts of the scenario that they sent out to their sheriffs. Facts. You are dispatched to a local bar regarding a disturbance call. Upon arrival, you meet with the bartender, who is the reporting party. You determine that no crime has occurred. The bartender agrees, but asks you to trespass warn the individual.
But right there, it's veered off from what has happened.
Yeah,
here.
which it veered off because you went and assumed, and you never asked us with an investigation either. Now you can detain and ask, sure.
Then
But
that's what we
then,
did.
when we said that we are not ones who refused and we showed evidence, then your investigation was over for trespassing, right?
But that's just it. We haven't determined that
Sure.
he wasn't told to.
Yeah. Everything is.
You know what?
No.
When
Let's
you
put it this way.
stop interrupting me, I'll listen to you, okay?
Let's put it this way. It says law enforcement officer could have given the suspect a verbal trespass warning and allowed him to leave.
Close the parking lot, okay?
Hey, can I have that information online of what the relationship is with you and King Soopers right now? You said you had information of a relationship between you and King Soopers. What is your relationship with them?
Parking lot includes.
What is your relationship with them? No, literally. You told me you would provide me some sort of verification that you have a relationship with them on a legal contract. If you won't give that to me... Do you have my backpack? Thanks. You said you would provide that information to us! You are not employees! Seriously! You said you'd provide that information to us and now you won't!
Call that ahead of time. That's a 42 USC.
That's called a 42 USC. You are not employers of the company.
You guys are going to lose your jobs over this one.
Dude, you are not allowed to detain to write a private property formal warning.
All right, now what, Will?
I have to inform you that the remaining part of this investigation is on YouTube. That's why we put it up there. You have an obligation to see that now. Falsifying information to authorities. You won't charge him, and I just proved it to you.
Longmont Police just racketeered with King Soopers to get out of a hate crime lobby.
Yep. Notice how they don't do any due process in that direction. I provided them with evidence, actual exculpatory evidence. They didn't do anything about it.
By the way, we're going to King Soopers corporate. We're not going to be banned from this for long. By the way,
And
I am charging Starbucks employee